Last time on The Great Ace Attorney 2.
Oh, my head.
The truth is, I remember very little of that time.
You've forgotten?
Well, no, I didn't quite say that I'd forgotten. I said I remember very little. Like, I remember I had an ice cream in the morning before my shift. And
Ice cream for breakfast? Inconceivable!
For some peculiar reason, my memory of the events leading up to that moment is extremely hazy.
The human spirit is a fragile thing. We have a tendency to wrap it up for protection. Well, when we experience pain and suffering that we feel unable to bear, we block it out. If the seal is broken, the memories resurface. But if it must be crushed, then so be it! Because the truth will not stay buried. It's coming out, one way or another!
I appear to have created a monster.
This is a dismissal notice ordering the immediate termination of a prison staff member's employment. And the name on the notice is yours, Mr. Vigil.
What? It's mine?
So you didn't resign from the prison service at all. For some reason, you were dismissed as chief warder from Berkeley.
I'm sure I attended my resignation. This dismissal notice is nonsense.
Well, Chief Warder Daily Vigil, I know there are memories in your head that can explain what happened on the 17th of June, 10 years ago. I'm just making up dates now. A thorough investigation was conducted by Scottish Yard to ascertain how the convict managed to escape in the first place. And the conclusion reached by the investigating team was that a member of the prison staff must have been involved.
Yes, I was suspected of doing it. I remember now. The horror of it all is coming back to me.
Nope.
I let him escape. My life is over. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
I never imagined I might have to be investigating an inspector's movements.
Well, according to the entry in his diary, he was carrying out an incognito investigation of the Red-Headed League the day before his death.
As it turns out, the inspector who went to investigate the Red-Headed League that day wasn't actually Gregson at all. It was Mr. Vigil in possession of Gregson's identification.
You know what that sounds like to me? Establishing an alibi.
But why would Gregson need an alibi?
It would appear that the inspector had something to do that he wished to keep secret. I don't believe it. I always thought he was just a harmless lover of fish and chips.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Disillusion Plays The Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, where we play the games and do the voices.
Yeah.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Pete.
I'm Sarah.
Why did
Nice.
you...
It sounds like I put Taylor off.
I know, it's like there was like a pause, and then I looked over and Sarah's like grinning at me, and I'm like, wait, what's happening?
Nothing. I think I just put him off.
You didn't put me off. No, unfortunately, Cold Taylor is no longer here. Instead, you get slightly congested Taylor.
I don't know what to do for an animation for that. I'm sorry. It's just gonna
Okay,
be normal
well, that's
Taylor, I
fine.
think.
If for some reason you do like what we do, why don't you go ahead and give us a like, hit the subscribe button, and then ring the bell to receive notifications about when we post future content on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Yeah. And with that, let's get back on into the
Let's
video.
get on in.
See if we can... Oh, no.
Oh, no. it's
It's-
the sussy backer.
The sussy back.
Pete's got to remember his voice.
That's a long run of coincidences.
Oh, he remembered.
It's basically Van Zeeks, but not quite as scenery chewy.
Scenery chewy.
He's like a less...
nom, nom, nom,
He's a
nom,
less
nom, nom.
chewy Van Zeeks. He's like...
Oh, dear. That
he's like-
conjures so many bad
He's
thoughts.
like if Van Zeeks is the Hubba Bubba, Strongheart is the Wrigley's.
the Wrigley's strong mint.
Yeah.
Strong.
Oh,
I can't. Yeah, Wrigley's
perhaps-
chewing
perhaps
gum.
the- perhaps the-
heart mints.
He's the extra.
Oh, the tree ball.
Is
Like
it?
extra
no,
strong.
No, the extra.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
It is
Wrigley's extra.
Wrigley's
Yes,
extra.
yeah.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, that's a long run of coincidences.
It's a long run of mint chewing gum analogies. Oh, that sounds gross.
Well,
What's the opposite of ASMR?
BSMR.
No, it's PSMR. Because it's Pete ASMR. Pete.
I don't know. I thought I was the one with the terrible jokes.
well, the Reaper's true identity may well be revealed by this trial.
And the impact that revelation would have on the British public cannot be understated.
As well as my reputation.
Is that why it's a closed trial, except for all of the cardboard cutouts?
Precisely. Closed trial. This country hasn't seen a closed trial for 10 years.
Well, if it's a closed trial, they can't see it to begin with, so like...
That's a good point.
Yes.
So the last one was the Professor's. The trial of Genshin Impact.
That's the one.
There it is.
I believe you mean Asogi.
Impact.
No, I believe you mean Genshin Asogi. Yeah, correct.
Actually, we heard that originally you were going to prosecute that trial yourself, Lord Strongheart.
Ah, yes, it was.
Van Zeks entreated me to relinquish the prosecution to him, that he might avenge his brother's death. And here we are, 10 years later. With the son of the man Van Zeks had condemned, now looking to avenge his father's death in the same way.
They do say that what goes round comes around.
That's a really weird way of saying it. It was like, they do say that what goes around comes. It was like you were reading a passage from Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright.
I was trying to sound contemplative. I know that's not a sensation you're particularly familiar with,
No, it's true.
as your brain-to-mouth filter is non-existent. It's just a shoot.
I mean, I'm not used to you
Shots
being
fired.
I'm not used to you being contemplative.
Contemplative.
Contemplative, Taylor, because usually you just say stuff.
Boys!
However, it would seem that the new young prosecutor is harboring some ulterior motive as well.
Much like myself. I
Cousin-
mean, did I say that out loud?
Cosma is?
I like my organization to run I like my organizations like I like my toast. Hot and consumable with butter.
I don't know why that one cracks me up
No.
so much.
What is that from?
It's a quote from
It's-
IT
it
Crowd.
Crowd.
It's the boss, and he's like, I like my women like I like my toast. Hot and consumable with butter. Yeah.
Matt Berry, isn't it?
It
as well?
is.
Yeah, yeah.
As you
Sorry,
do.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I like it just popped straight into my I like my organization to run smoothly in the exact manner that I prescribe. As with the giant clock in here, I won't tolerate a single cog being out of step with the others.
I mean, I have very bad news for you. Which is that
Yes.
most of those cogs do appear to be out of step, and with the different sized teeth that they have, I mean,
Well,
the one on the back right isn't even connected to the one on the top, and it doesn't appear to be doing anything.
the one on the top left as well. Although, actually, no, I'm looking at the wrong
One of
ones.
them's like works like it should.
Because I was looking at the two between the two pillars there on the left, and they don't look connected. And then
No.
and then looking in the background, it's like that's because that
That is those
connects to a different
those
one.
the ones on the left are actually kind of work. The ones on the right are just kind of like, eh.
Yeah. You're right.
Ah,
Nah,
so
it's
that's
just
what
getting distracted. Sorry.
all these gears are about in here.
If the young man refuses to mesh with the other parts of my great machine,
I'll kill him.
I will
mean-
be forced to take steps.
Oh, like killing him, you mean?
What? What?
I don't know what you're implying.
What do you mean?
Oh.
It seems that your lady assistant might have the right of it. And by lady assistant, I mean Sarah. Not something with which you need to concern yourself.
Oh, that's convenient that you won't tell us.
It does feel a little bit like he is kind of like outing himself right here, doesn't it? This seems a tiny bit sus.
Karma's a,
In any
Yuck.
case, all your questions will be answered tomorrow.
I'm
Gasp.
sure they will.
But now I have to be going. I have a Reaper appointment. Now I shall have to ask you to excuse me. As of this moment, I've been delayed from attending my next meeting
Wow.
by precisely 3 hours.
Oh, your timekeeping's off.
Oh my! That is a long time.
Well, there was a whole week, wasn't there? And I hold you entirely responsible.
Of course you do.
Even though we miraculously managed to fit everything into not even 5 minutes. I wonder if you might agree to us, talking with, Prosecutor Asogi?
No.
Discussions between the defense and the prosecution outside of the courtroom are generally frowned upon.
They are referred to as
However-
ex parte communications.
However, I will make an exception in this case. Now go. You can find him in his office.
Oh,
Oh, thank you!
Ugh,
he's got his own office now.
blech. Is it going to be Van Zeke's
It's going to be very,
office?
yeah.
Let's go see him at once, Mr. Naruhodo.
Kazuma's my best friend in the world, but
He's not acting like it.
I'm really not at all sure I know how to talk to him at the moment.
No, I don't know how to feel about him at the moment, Rudy.
Just gotta
Ryunosuke.
open your mouth and let the words come out. A new
You're
location.
an ass, Kazuma.
Don't talk to him about his butt. That's not the first thing you want to say to him. Right, let's go. Ah, yes, Van Zeke's office.
Yes.
Do. Oh,
No,
he's
he's still got the little.
kept it
he's
relatively
got.
this-
Oh, he's got the.
he's
got
made
the
like a
crime
diorama
scene.
of the crime scene, yes.
So, this is the office of Prosecutor Asogi now, is it?
Oh.
Kazuma Summer's doing so well for himself.
I mean, it is largely exactly as it was.
Even though he's always forced to kneel on the floor, Japanese style, in that dark corner?
I believe it's called a Caesar
Mm.
position. There we go.
Yeah.
Aha!
Caesar, did you say? Or
I think
Caesar?
it's Caesar.
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 Caesar! Wait, no, that's a different
that's Freezer.
thing. No, that's JoJo.
Oh,
Ah.
different references.
It's his habit to sit Caesar style whenever he's working.
He likes his legs to be thoroughly numbed.
Well.
Well, it looks like our journey here was wasted.
No, we can snoop around the office unsupervised.
Yes.
That's not a waste.
The prosecutor appears to be out.
Perhaps we should discuss things with another prosecutor we know first.
See, I'm impressed, Taylor. I thought for all love and money you were going to say professor.
Okay,
Okay.
time to snoop.
Oh, we can.
Examines.
Snoopy
Yes.
time!
Alrighty. Walkers.
Let's see. What have we here?
Oh, she's going to stop us.
Mr. Naruhodo, it would be very underhand to glean information from Kazuma-sama's office while he is absent.
You spoil sport.
No, you wouldn't have said it if it was Van Zeke still in the office, though,
No.
would you?
We should wait until he's here before we start nosing
Oh,
around.
I see. Now she's got principles about it. Oh, of course, yes.
Me.
She doesn't take any nonsense when it comes to Kazuma, does she?
Just because we might you might find his underpants in a drawer or something.
Mr. Naruhodo,
You'd
I have
like that.
no intention of finding Kazuma-sama's underpants.
Unterpants. So yeah, everything has been. Yep. Spoil sport Susato.
She's
You
wooing me.
spoiled it.
Right. Okay then. I guess we need to go to prison.
Prison. Okay, best Van Zeke's voice, Pete.
Hello, it's
No,
me.
he's there. Oh, he's reading again.
It's me, Lord Strongheart. I mean Van Zeeks.
Lady Chatterley's lover. Oh, Iris is there now.
There's them again.
Lord Van Zeeks is reading. Look.
Yes.
He doesn't seem like he wants visitors, does he?
Well, that's never stopped
Not
us
from
before.
you.
But he must have noticed that we're here, surely.
I'm
No.
trying not to. I am attempting to ignore you. You might have noticed. Vroom. Vroom. What do you Nipponese want?
Actually, I'm not Nipponese.
That's no way to greet the lawyer who's trying his hardest to prove your innocence, is it?
Not really.
Perhaps not.
Oh!
I apologize. So, what can I do for you,
I'm
Mr.
going to die
Naruto?
from shock, Miss Susato. I'm
Mr.
having a
Naruto,
heart
sit
attack.
down. You've had quite a shock.
It's strange because it seems like he's having some sort of seizure before I even said anything. It's like he can read my mind and he knows what I'm about to say before I even say it. Strange. I apologize. So, what can I do for you, Mr. Naruhodo?
Lord Van Zeks, speaking earnestly. Oh, what?
Why are you talking about the weather, Iris?
No. Lord Van Zeks, speaking earnestly, it's like, it's so miraculous that the fog will lift under London. Yeah.
Okay.
It's called sarcasm.
See, I'm not big up on the sarcasm, so I guess I missed it. Can I deliver that line again?
Well, you haven't delivered it, have you?
Not this one, the Prince Susato's one.
Oh, right.
Lord Van Zeks, speaking earnestly. Oh, the fog will lift over London for the first time in months tomorrow.
You do realize that I can hear you.
Yes, I know. I'm doing it on purpose.
This does feel very, very strange.
They come here and they mock me.
I must say, I was impressed.
Oh, well, thank you?
Not by you. By your fellow Nipponese. Your prosecutor friend.
Oh, I see. Yes.
I mean, my understudy, so really I shouldn't be all that surprised. And yet here we are.
My protege.
My protege. It's sardonic, don't you think? For a man such as me, so loathing of the Nipponese, to be entirely at the mercy of you two. I suppose. It's retribution for having played the part of the Reaper all these years.
Played the part?
Okay.
I'm actually quite a happy and jolly man.
Okay, right. Okay, we need to talk about this.
Indeed.
You once told me that you gladly allowed people to believe you were the Reaper, because it helped reduce the amount of serious crime that took place in London.
If keeping quiet and playing the part benefits the cause, a cause I myself am committed to pursuing, then why would I choose to say anything?
But the henchman of a criminal killed by the Reaper attacked you only the other day. And that was just the most recent of many attempts on your life, wasn't it? Someone is clearly profiting from your silence about all this. Someone is using you.
Strong up.
Believe me, ever since the Reaper first appeared, I've been doing my utmost to expose him. Or rather, expose the organization.
Organization 13.
The plot thickens.
It's a whole organization?
How do you think they can get around so quickly and unseen? Why do you think nobody has seen them?
No luck catching them killers then. It just reminds me of that scene.
It's just the one, actually.
It's just the one killer, actually.
It's inconceivable that all those accidents were orchestrated by one man.
Oh Christ! It is hot fuzz.
No, the Reaper always appears to have very accurate information about the accused in each case.
Oh, it's like somebody high up in the judiciary system. I wonder who that could
He's able
be.
to provide information, yeah. Which can only mean that somebody at Scottish Yard is involved.
I'd look closer to home if I was you.
Someone had... You can't mean...
It's taken me many years, but I finally identified the central figure in
don't
this
you
Reaper
Don't
organization.
you say Gregson. Don't you say Gregson.
Tobias Gregson.
No! No, he would not do that! No!
I do not believe it!
That's slander!
No! No!
Gregson? The Reaper?
No, he can't
No,
be.
I don't
You're
think
being
so.
set up.
Gregson's secret.
So, the reason you were investigating Inspector Gregson is because you intended to expose him as the Reaper?
As I said, the Reaper of the Bailey is no single person. It's a highly secret organization with close ties to Scottish Yard. But there's no doubt that Gregson was a key member of that organization.
I don't know. I'm not believing this. No.
I don't believe it.
No, neither do I, Susato.
Are you saying that Gregsy... that he was behind all of those awful criminals meeting their...
Gregson didn't do the dirty work himself.
Oh.
He was the tactician. His job was to covertly investigate the marks and plot their assassinations. In order to do that without arousing suspicion, he regularly needed a firm alibi.
Which is why
And
he
that's where
had Daily Vigil do the... Which is where Mr. Vigil came in, posing as the inspector.
Vigil knows nothing of the Reaper, but the room he rents on Fresno Street was almost certainly the headquarters of the operation. Gregson would have met the assassin there for briefings.
So we don't actually know who carried out the killings then?
Actually, I do have a name.
You what?
Well, if you can name the man, you have the tridency of the Reaper already then.
But I refuse to believe it. It says Lord Strongheart, and I find it impossible to believe.
Oh, yeah.
Or... if...
Oh, is it Scythe's
Is it just-
daughter?
Oh...
Because Scythe's daughter was introduced, but there's not been any follow-through whatsoever. But she did seem a little loony.
What did you think, Sarah? What are you saying?
No,
Come on, what?
no, because
Come on.
she's dead now, and it's like if it's carrying on, then it can't be her.
Well, who are you thinking?
Giselle. She was on the hit list, I guess.
On the hit list, yeah, I mean...
Oh, I hope Gregson didn't have any hand in like telling her to go and bunk off Iris's dad. That's gonna be awful.
Oh!
That's gonna be awful.
Stinky!
Yeah, it could well be a. I don't. Yeah, I don't.
We should probably advance the text.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just waiting for you guys to... Or, if I can name the woman...
Waiting for me to put out my awful idea. Oh.
She's a young woman by the name of... by the name of... All right, then.
Oh!
By the name of Asashin.
As a shin.
As a shin.
No!
Asa? Asa. I think it's got to be Asa.
Why are
By
you
the-
laughing, Sarah?
Because A Shin
Yeah.
Yes.
was on the list.
Oh, no! Assassin! Assassin!
Oh, for...
Assassin!
Oh, my God!
Assassin.
Assassin.
Yes. Assassin. Yes.
All right,
I
okay.
love this game. Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
See, the
I'm
thing
not
is,
gonna go and unlife myself.
See, Taylor's saying that, but he does love it, really. He's just saying it in that way for dramatic effect.
I just thought I was like, yep, I'm totally off mark here, and then there it is. It's
Surprise.
Like, wow. Okay.
No, guys, of course it was gonna have to be named Assassin.
Yeah.
Assassin.
Yeah. Assassin.
She's a young woman by the name of Assassin. Assassin.
That seems a little bit on the nose, doesn't it? Wait,
Assassin.
what? Shin? Oh!
Oh,
Sarah freaking called it! Again!
God!
Sarah, are you playing this on the side?
No! I genuinely, I have no idea. I'm just thinking back to the list of names.
Right, we knew Shin. Right, okay. So again, Sarah's like, oh, I don't want to throw out my stupid idea. And then it's, of course, 100% correct.
Dr. Frickin' House over here. Sherlock. Sarah's not Sherlock Holmes. Sarah is Sherlock Holmes.
I need to trace my family tree in case there's some line of detectives in there.
We're gonna need another round of hashtag Sarah is smart in the comments, ladies and gentlemen.
No, we don't.
Hashtag Sarah or hashtag Sarah is Sherlock Holmes.
No.
Hashtag Sarah is smart. Let's try and keep it going.
No.
Hashtag Sarah is smart.
She doesn't like being exposed for being clever.
No, because I can't handle compliments.
Oh dear.
Miss Assassin. Assassin. The true name of a terrifying killer I know only too well.
And that smug face.
That smug little smile. Oh no!
She came to Japan posing as a visiting student and murdered Dr. John H. Wilson.
What was that?
Nothing.
I hope you're not saying that out loud.
Then, just when it seemed that diplomatic protection would help her escape Japan and conviction,
She died.
the mysterious woman was herself murdered in a small summer beach hut. And that woman was actually the Reaper of the Bailey?
Oh, if he's just said that out loud.
Mr. Naruhodo, this perhaps isn't the place to discuss.
Oh, he said that out loud. Oh, no.
Oh!
Oh no.
No, of course not. We can't mention
thank
it here.
Oh, Jesus.
The fact that she killed Dr. John H. Wilson.
We know that the blue text isn't necessarily in his mind.
Naruhodo, shut up! Shush!
Just right there.
Susato's gonna just smash him on the floor in a minute. Just take down.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
Oh no!
multiple Susato takedowns.
Oh no! Oh.
I did read it.
Did you? I missed it.
The fact that she killed Dr. John H. Wilson.
Stop it!
Because Iris doesn't know, even though she's staring into my soul, it's very likely that the man was her father.
Oh, I do love Mr. Naruhodo. He's such a good friend.
Oh, it's such a good thing I wore my mind-reading hat.
No. Oh my god. The mouse ears are actually like these big sort of radio.
Yeah.
Nothing!
Why are you staring straight at me?
Oh, this is awful. Assassin. I should let father know at once.
Yes, I agree. But
To the hotel!
He's already been assassinated.
No,
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 don't.
we are not losing anybody else. No.
Kazuma, isn't it? Kazuma Asogi. You say he's a friend of yours.
My best friend. He's the whole reason I got to come to Britain. It was all on his merits. That explains why you're so incompetent. I have nothing but respect for him.
Yes. I understand that only the very best students are selected for such opportunities. And I had a fine demonstration of how sharp he is in the proceedings earlier today. He missed nothing. Are you sure? It didn't seem that good. Like, it seemed a bit like it was kind of us pointing him in the right direction.
I mean, there was times he was on the back foot, but he did bring it back.
I guess so. He missed nothing. In fact, his flawless performance very much reminded me of his father. See, for a minute there, I was reading ahead, and I thought he was going to say, reminded me of me.
Yes, I did as well.
Very much reminded me of me.
Genshin Impact. The Professor.
You going to read it, Taylor?
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You said Genshin Impact.
I did.
Yeah. That's not the line.
Asogi.
Okay.
Genshin Asogi, the Professor, now that Peter's squeezed all the joy from it.
I mean, you still got to do your joke. It's true that the aristocracy at the time was the root of numerous grave societal problems. They were abusing their power, playing with the common man as pawns in politics, in economics, in war.
So the more things change, the more they stay the same, eh? Right, fellas?
Yeah.
Am I right, gamers? In many ways, Asogi was carving out a canker from society that we British couldn't deal with ourselves.
I see.
But that's precisely why it makes no sense. Clint Van Zeks was a noble and upstanding man. He wasn't corrupt. Why did that damned Nipponese have to go and take my brother's life?
Because I don't think he did. I think it was somebody else.
In spite of having once saved mine.
He saved your life? How did that happen?
Indeed. It was 10 years ago, on a foggy night.
Much like any night in London.
What? Actually,
They
yeah,
all
I mean,
blend together,
to be
really.
fair, what was to be the Professor's final strike had sent a wave of panic through the capital.
So Clint Van Zeks had already been killed at this point, then?
Genshin and I were walking down some back streets at a late hour. Of course, at that point I had no idea of the true nature of the man at my side. All of a sudden... Ooh. Genshin. Who's gonna do Genshin?
Don't make a peep. You're coming with us.
Oh no, perhaps it's... Oh yeah, I guess it's someone else. We were surrounded. Oh, he's quite suave in himself, isn't he, as well?
Yeah.
All of our assailants were armed with pistols, their faces obscured by scarves. Clint was not only from noble heritage, he was a brilliant prosecutor as well. The scum of London hated the sight of him, and they had no sympathy for his younger brother either. I'd been targeted several times before already.
Yeah, it's Van Zeks, all right. We've got him.
I could hear them murmuring amongst themselves. I knew they were after me. But just when I thought my time had come... So I guess...
This'll be a
so this'll
Asogi.
be Asogi. So, what do we think? If I let them kill you, Clint would never forgive me. Something like that?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
It was Asogi's voice. Just a whisper in my ear. Bang. And the dirt is gone. After that, I don't remember exactly what happened. The next thing I knew, there was silence all around. Genshin lay on the cobbled street. Blood was seeping from his left hand. It shielded me. Two days later, they arrested him on suspicion of being London's most notorious mass murderer ever, the Professor.
He's been set up, because if Van Zeks didn't see who did it, he's been set up.
Yeah.
How awful for you.
All at once, I lost the brother I revered, and the foreign friend I held in such high regard.
I'm so sorry, Lord Van Zeks.
God, I feel awful right now.
That's the end of my miserable tale. I never thought I'd recount it to anyone.
Well, thank you for confiding in me.
It's fine, you'll be dead soon anyway. And then no one will know. I can carry on the ruse.
The Professor, the Reaper, and Inspector Gregson. I wonder just how intimately related they all are.
I still can't quite believe that Gregson was essentially the Reaper. Giving assassination orders to Giselle Brett.
Mr. Naruhodo, let's go and inform my father. I'm sure our government will want to hear about this new information. Oh, that means I get to meet your daddy, Susie! Hooray!
I hope I get to see my daddy again someday.
Taylor, stop it!
My heartstrings cannot take any more plucking right now.
Yes, all right.
They're all fraying.
Let's head back to the Great Waterloo Hotel then.
Oh, this is gut-wrenching.
All right then.
I feel pretty crap, guys. I don't know about you.
I don't suppose we want to. I don't suppose anyone's told us to present anything to him.
I haven't seen anything.
About this hair. What's that?
Doesn't suit
Ah,
me.
it's just something I was hoping to ask your opinion about, that's all.
Red hair. Honestly, purple is in chic. It's a serious crime for the defense to attempt to extract information from the prosecution by illegal means.
You're technically not the prosecution.
I think we have more of a defense and client relationship now, don't we?
Ah, yes, I suppose so. I was just running on autopilot, it seems. I'm so used to my usual ways. A new location.
The hotel.
Yeah, the Great Waterloo Hotel.
Or do we get to see the boy, Seishiro?
Seishiro. Yes, Eugen's the other one.
Eugen is Professor Mikotoba.
Yes, Eugen Mikotoba. All right.
I thought it yesterday, and I think it again today. This place is so princely.
It's a wild guess, but I have a feeling you'll think the same tomorrow, too.
My tea has a finer fragrance than whatever they're serving in the tea room here, though, wouldn't you say?
Now, okay. Is this going to be... Which one do we think?
Look who we have here. This is an unexpected pleasure.
I mean... who was that, Taylor?
Mikotoba.
Mikotoba, I see. I thought so. I was just like, but I'm Mikotoba.
I think it's Seishiro. Oh, no, it is.
It is Mikotoba. It's just Taylor stealing my voice.
Father! Oh, is this your daddy, Susie? Oh, how lovely!
What a charming young lady. And you are?
Is this where he immediately blows our cover by being like, "Oh, Iris Wilson, daughter of John H. Wilson, who was recently murdered"?
Oh, really? So you're the author of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, are you?
That's me, Iris Wilson, at your service, sir.
Wilson.
Susie's been such
Wilson.
a wonderful friend to me over the last year, you know.
Wilson. Wilson, the name does ring a bell.
Father, shh. Father,
Well, Miss Wilson, I must say I read your work regularly, and with much interest.
Iris actually lives with Mr. Sholmes, you know, Father.
Is that so? Well, perhaps that goes some way to explaining that bright look in your eyes.
Stop it.
What?
Like, stop it, Iris.
You wouldn't be smiling so airily if you knew just how bright she is, believe me.
Now then, young Naruhodo, it was a pleasure seeing you in action earlier. As an invitee of the symposium, I was allowed to observe from the gallery, after I twisted some arms.
And when I mean I twisted a few arms, I just got Seishiro to hold their arm up their back.
Yes, and I must say, it was a truly exemplary performance.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Although I'm fairly sure you omitted by Kazuma on the end there.
Oh,
Well, I think you'll find that I am not quite like Mr. Van Zeeks.
I'm not so blunt.
No. Please don't misunderstand. It was you who impressed me.
Oh?
Really?
You didn't miss a step against Aogi. Oh, it was you who impressed me. You didn't miss a step against Aogi, and we all know how capable he is. Really, to have matured into such a fine defense lawyer in less than a year is quite extraordinary.
It's very kind of you to say so. And really nice to hear.
Aw.
What I saw in court today confirmed what I'd been hoping for.
Well, the perfect suitor for my daughter.
I mean, the favor I mentioned yesterday, Naruhodo. I trust you haven't forgotten.
Oh.
Grandchildren. I want grandchildren.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, no, you did mention something, didn't you?
Yeah, but I don't think he got round to saying it.
That's right. Seishiro came back.
Oh, and Susato's interrupting again.
But first, we have something to report, Father.
Miss Susato, can you please let him get rid of the dangling narrative carrot before he expires?
Of course. Shall we take tea while we discuss matters further?
I'd rather drink Thames water than
Oh
what's served
no!
up here.
Oh my goodness, it must be bad.
I wonder where Judge Jigoku has got to.
Oh, don't tell me he's got killed.
Oh, God.
He's got bunked.
Stop trying to kill off the characters.
They'd have to be quite the assassin
We
to
do-
bunk him off.
I know, yeah.
It'd be like killing Bigfoot or something.
They need a team of assassins.
Yes,
Assassins.
assassin.
Father, do you know about the so-called Reaper of the Bailey?
I've heard rumors. Some members of the judiciary.
I know. It's again, as I've said before, it's because I overthink it so much now,
Yeah.
and I always default to the wrong thing.
I've heard
sorry.
some rumors. Some members of the judiciary explained it all to me yesterday. Of course, when I was a visiting student here in London, the Reaper was yet to emerge.
Right, he didn't appear until after that case when the visiting students had already returned home.
Lord Van Zeeks, who was in the dock today. Lord Van Zeeks, who was in the dock today. That was Baroque, the younger brother of Clint Van Zeeks, I believe.
That's right. And he's known throughout London as the Reaper, as you've heard. But the truth is, it wasn't him behind all of those mysterious deaths. It was somebody else.
Oh, goodness me. I see. So, what you're saying is there's been a professional killer at work here.
Exactly. Someone by the name of Assassin, in fact.
You know, something I do wonder is, do you think Assassin is a code name, and that maybe it's a name that they all have? It's just kind of like, because I appreciate, obviously, we're talking about Giselle Brett, but then she's been bunked off. But then there is still, killings are still occurring, aren't they? Or are they?
Well,
I know, obviously.
I
what's
mean-
his
No, the,
name?
the last
Soseki's
killing
okay.
from the Reaper was McGilded.
yes.
But everyone else has like left the country and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Seki got sent away, and then
Hairbrain got sent back to Germany. But-
Olive was in prison, and then Mrs. Garadeb is in prison as well.
But I think with Hairbrain she was dead by that point, at least. I don't
Yeah.
know. I can't remember. I can't remember in the timeline if with Shamspear it would have been.
It is interesting with you saying like it's obviously Assassin is on the nose of assassin, but it does make me wonder if it is like a sort of a code name that, you know,
See, I thought Giselle Brett was the code name.
maybe.
Giselle Brett was the name that she used while she was
Yeah.
there. Because she
Yes.
is the Giselle Barrett that killed
Yes.
John H. Wilson. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing.
Well, let's advance. The
Someone
text
by
is-
the name of Assassin, in fact.
I beg your pardon?
That just sounds ludicrous.
Did you say assassin?
No. I said Assassin.
Wait, no, that does seem familiar. Did you say assassin? You mean that's Giselle Brett woman who was responsible for...
No, don't say it!
All right, I won't then, and then we don't have to. We don't have to continue. You mean that Giselle Brett woman who was responsible for killing my great friend?
Oh no! A friend of yours was killed!
And then suddenly, Susato dive bombs Iris out of the room.
No, she does a Susato takedown on her father.
She just while
yeets him out of the
Ryunosuke
room.
dive bombs Iris.
Oh, father, you have something on your back. What?
Poof! Knocks him out cold.
Oh, what a tragedy. We will never
Oh,
hear what
no,
he had to
please.
say. Professor Mikotoba, I think perhaps we shouldn't discuss this right now.
Oh, no.
Because the friend the professor was talking about is Dr. John H. Wilson.
We know. You don't need to remind us.
And that's not something we want Iris to find out about. Not like this. Anyway.
Oh, my God.
Just rip the bandage.
Oh, no.
We'll just dance around that one for a
we'll
minute.
go around that one.
I haven't seen Judge Jigoku for a while. Have you?
Oh.
Guilty! But that guilty is still ringing in my ears.
He is a fine specimen of a man.
Well, thank you. Now calm yourself, Sarah. Now you mention it, I haven't seen him since this morning either. I suppose, since the symposium's opening was postponed, he'll have gone to explore at the Great Exhibition.
That reminds me of something you mentioned yesterday. About Judge Jigoku having once been in the dock himself.
Ah, yes. It was all tied up with that accursed trial.
The closed trial of Kazuma's father.
Seishiro was trying to mitigate Genshin's guilt, so he took to the stand to testify. But he got a little carried away and, actually managed to break the witness stand.
Wow. What a man.
Oh my!
He also said some contemptuous words
Oh, dear. Oh, no.
about the British Empire, for which he was
These
charged.
fish and chips eating limeys wouldn't know what justice is if it hit them up the side of the head with a hammer!
I don't envy the bailiff that had to take him to the prison.
No,
It's just
the,
like,
the bailiff.
all right, sir, we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
He's just
I'll
walking
take the hard way, son.
He's literally like, oh dear, I'm coughing. Oh dear.
You're right
Getting
there,
too
sir.
excited then. I just imagine him like walking down like the corridor to the prison cell, and he's like chuffing buckaroo, and he's got about 30 bailiffs just hanging off of him, and he's just striding like there's like with purpose. It's not affecting him in any way.
Striding with glorious purpose.
Doing the Dr. Livesey walk all the way down the hall.
Yeah.
He also said some contemptuous words about the British Empire, for which he was charged.
Oh dear.
And Archie is better than yours, too!
Oh dear. Although it's worryingly easy to imagine him doing that.
Well, it was all right in the end. He was acquitted, and we returned home to Japan together.
They were like, well, we can either accept that he's going to punch through the wall and get out anyway, or we can dismiss the charges and save some face.
Extradite him.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Oh, yes. Talking of Seijiro, I have a copy of the photograph we all took together here yesterday. Please.
Yeah. Oh, no, the face.
Naruhodo's sweating.
I mean, even Seishiro doesn't look very happy.
No.
It's like, why have you put me next to him?
Oh, what a lovely picture.
It certainly seems to shout, "We've arrived in Britain!"
The commemorative photograph. This isn't going to be
Oh
relevant.
no!
Yeah, I'm wondering
If
how
it's-
this
Oh
is
no! If this
if
is
it's-
being admitted as evidence, something bad is going to happen.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
None of us had any idea what was coming when we took that, did we?
No. No, that's so true.
Oh, God.
So, you mentioned a favor that you'd like to ask me.
Oh, Father, we need to go somewhere.
Susato interrupts again.
So,
Well, this fateful trial you're fighting. One way or another, it will be over before long. And when it is, I'd like you to accompany me back to Japan.
You want me to do... What?
Father, what is the meaning of this?
I think the what was...
It was
It
Irish.
was Irish.
Oh.
Yeah. It's okay, it don't matter, really.
Calm yourself, Ryunosuke. Now, Susato, you should understand. You've seen how our courts work firsthand. Japan's judicial system is in its infancy, especially when it comes to defense.
Oh, you mean...
The Supreme Court of Judicature is in desperate need of a good defense lawyer. As soon as possible. Really, quite urgently, in fact.
But I've not even been in London a year yet.
I've read all of Susato's reports. I'm well aware of your extraordinary talents. And having seen you in action with my own eyes earlier today, there's no question. You, Naruhodo, are precisely the man our country needs.
Oh, wow.
Not Kazuma.
So, you'd be leaving then, Bruno?
Yes, I'm going to say that in front of the small child who you've been gallivanting
I mean,
around with.
I'd rather them say that and go rather not about my father.
I guess.
And then, what am I supposed to do, Father?
Oh, you can stay here. I don't really care.
You came here to serve as Asogi's judicial assistant.
I'm not serving of him if he's on the prosecution.
Oh, yes. She's supposed to be Kazuma's assistant.
Our government is still in the process of deciding how best to deal with his situation, though. Well, perhaps we'll just behead him and be done with it.
Oh, God.
You've always chosen your own path, Susato. And I trust your judgment. In this matter also.
He says she's always chosen her own path, but no, he's actually like frequently gone like, I've sent this letter to say come back home, please, and she's gone
Yeah.
back home and stuff. Like he's
Well, the last
she's
time
done
he
whatever-
was saying that he was sick. So, like, he
I
tricked
guess
her.
that.
but I guess he wasn't sick. So.
And I trust your judgment. In this matter also. It's strange with the full stop there.
Father,
Please, the pair of you. Don't look so downcast. You're affecting the weather. It's merely a suggestion, you understand. A hope, if I'm honest. But I won't force you. All I ask is that you consider it, and come to a decision by the time this trial concludes.
Yes. All right.
you won't leave, will you?
So it's going to be like so by the way, your dad's dead. Bye!
Oh,
Bye-bye.
no. Oh, that's cruel.
It is very cool.
The thought hadn't even crossed my mind. Up until now, I've just been trying to do what I believe to be Kazuma's will. But it turns out that he's still alive. So, where does that leave me?
A good question indeed. All right then, we can't
No more
dance around it
dancing
any
around
longer. This is it.
I just remembered something.
I need to go get some
Biscuits! This hotel has the most delicious looking biscuits.
That was rather out of the blue.
She's doing this deliberately.
No shit.
Oh.
I think I'll go and see if I can purchase some.
Iris, come with me.
Yes. I wonder, would you like to come too, Iris?
Good, Susato.
Oh, yes! You just try and leave me behind.
So, that was all very sudden, wasn't it?
And for good reason, Mr. Mikotoba.
So, that young girl is called Iris Wilson, is she?
Yes, that's right.
And she's the author of all those adventure stories starring the great Detective Sherlock.
The detective shows.
But the name of the credited author isn't Iris, is it? It's Dr. John H. Wilson.
Yes, I know. That's the name of her father, you see.
Her father? Oh dear, oh dear. Dr. John H. Wilson. I was deeply indebted to the man for all the kindness he showed me during my time in London. That's why I was keen to reciprocate and invite him to the Imperial Yume University 4 years ago.
But he was murdered last year by Giselle Brett.
Yes, I remember, thank you. I don't need you to remind me.
Why? Why would the Hand of the Reaper stretch all the way to Japan?
Because he's got a bloody big hand, that's why.
Iris knows nothing about that case. But it seems very likely that the victim, Dr. Wilson, was her father.
Well, I can't say I can't say that we ever spoke about his family. I don't know if he had a daughter or not. But
How do you know somebody for like 5 years and don't know if they have any kids?
Because we
Yeah.
never spoke about his family. We were just great colleagues, that's all. Jeez.
That's like me knowing you guys for the length that I've known you and been like, oh, I didn't know you guys had cats.
Yeah, that would be a bit weird.
But I think I can say with some certainty that he was never the great detective's partner.
So it could have been another Dr. Wilson, you think?
Well, John and Wilson are both common names after all. Still, it's probably best not to mention this to the young lady until we can be sure.
That's what we thought, yes.
Oh, God, this is me.
We're back with cinnamon biscuits.
Ooh. That sounds nice. Ooh, they smell delicious, Iris.
I think cinnamon will go very well with the tea they serve here. Don't you, Susie? Yes, I'm sure you're right, Iris.
What were you both talking about?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing.
Just adult
Well.
male stuff.
Yes.
Did you see that ludicrous display last night?
Ah,
walked
yes,
it
I
in.
did behold the sport with my own 2 eyes.
Yes, that one football team seemed to walk it in, didn't they? Well, if you'll excuse me now, I need to telegram government ministers and the Japanese police with this information about Asa Shin. Asa Shin. Asa Shin.
Of course, Father. Thank you.
I look forward to next month's installment, Miss Wilson.
Oh, good! Please, do come to Baker Street sometime, won't you?
Love to.
Gun! We'd love to entertain you.
I don't like. Maybe
I
not with the gun.
would be delighted. Best of luck for tomorrow, Naruhodo. And give my suggestion your full consideration, won't you?
On the one hand, yes. On the other hand, did you see those puppy eyes that Iris made? I'm kind of stuck.
I mean,
I'm
she was
afraid.
right there, right? So you'd think
Yeah.
that he'd see that, yeah.
Yes, I will. Going back home.
You know, Kazuma-sama has always meant a great deal to my father. I'm sure he'd love the chance to meet with him and talk to him about all of this.
Yes, no doubt.
I don't know.
Assassin.
I presume this is Ryunosuke, I guess. Maybe?
I don't know.
Of course, it's so obvious.
Oh God!
Where did you come from?
It's just like, Assassin.
Of course! It's so obvious!
It's in the name, my dear fellow.
How could I have neglected to consider the possibility before now?
Don't you go
Where the
blabbing.
belly hell did you come from? Ah! Mr. Sholmes!
Hey! Where have you been?
Hanging on the chandelier.
Why?
Why am I not surprised?
Why? I joined you all for tea, of course. What an extraordinary question.
I was the vessel upon which you poured your tea.
Little did you know, I was the table the entire time.
I was the teapot.
I didn't notice you at all.
No matter, no matter. Anyway, to more pressing concerns, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, yes?
I must dispatch a telegram to your country at once. It is a matter of much urgency.
To Japan, you mean? No, to France.
Yes, that's the one, yes. Tell me, to whom can I entrust the task? Quickly now, who?
Well, my father has just now left to send a telegram to the Imperial Police Bureau of Japan himself.
Oh, really? I see. Well, he looked reliable enough for a bearded fellow.
Oh, wow.
I don't think what father sports could be considered a beard, Mr. Shaw.
Yeah, it's a mustache.
I mean, he has more facial hair than I. There's not a moment to lose. Ask your trusty unshaven father to see this is sent.
I will, but what is it?
But what is it?
I don't know, what is it?
Oh, no,
I
really?
know. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's weird how time starts to fly as we get into it, isn't
We're
it?
going to have to find out next time.
If only we spent
Son
less
of a-
time doing stupid goofs.
Yeah, but this has been like really shocking, okay?
It has been pretty shocking, it's true.
Forgive us for getting a little bit taken aback.
No, I think you mean
Aback.
pray. Forgive the discourtesy of being taken aback by all these revelations.
Ravala.
Indeed. But for now, we must bid you adieu. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. If you do like what we do, then please consider giving us a little like, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and you'll be notified of our video uploads every Wednesday and Saturday.
Hell yeah.
And until next time, we will see you again.
Catch you in the next video, everybody.
And remember, regardless of the amount of facial hair a person has or does not have, it doesn't really determine whether or not they're a reliable courier of messages. So base your assessment on other things. Good night, everybody.